It's Monday night. I'm barely alive, man. Had a nice couple of rounds with Call of Duty Mobile tonight during Raw. What happened, guys? You got to fill me in. I don't know how anybody can care about this show after Sunday night and what we saw AEW produce with Double or Nothing, man. Going from that to this. Jesus Christ, man. How can anybody enjoy what WWE is doing nowadays? It is so awful. Rematches. We got a great main event with Kofi Kingston and Drew McIntyre, but man, oh man, what a creative outcome! Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley for Hell in a Cell again. And we got a new voice on Monday Night Raw, and he wasn't that bad. Jimmy Smith. I give him 8 weeks until Vince McMahon's driving him up the wall. We're going to go over everything that happened tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to hang out. We're going to break this thing down because this is the only podcast you need on Monday nights. This is your Raw post show right here on Off the Script. Foliage? Is this what you want? Mr. Dips? Is this what you want? Me standing in front of EC3 buying designer coats? Is this what you want? Me sitting in some hipster hotel in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, fluffing pillows? Is this what you want? I don't believe this. This graffiti art, the hotels, avocado toast. All I want is a fucking Guinness. An ice cold Guinness. What the hell does that mean? Oh, this is what you wanted. This is your Monday Night Raw review right here on Off the Script. I'm not even talking about Nia Jax yet, man. The fucking crickets come on. Oh, my goodness. Where are the crickets coming from, bro? I haven't mentioned Reginald, Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss yet. What's going on, man? They couldn't wait to get the party started tonight on Monday night. Holy shit. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me on Off the Script. Thank you for joining me on Off the Script, man. This is your Monday Night Raw post show. May 31, 2021. I hope you guys had a great Memorial Day weekend. I was in Jacksonville, Florida for Double or Nothing for the past 2 days. Had a very good time. It was awesome meeting everybody. Awesome hanging out with everybody. Awesome hanging out at the show. Awesome just hanging out with the talent during the post-show scrum. Awesome stuff, man. I am very much sleep-deprived. Monday Night Raw did not help my cause tonight. I actually tried my best to stay awake. I downloaded Call of Duty Mobile, and I got myself a Backbone iPhone controller. So I was playing that for a little bit, jumped into the Battle Royale on COD Mobile, legitimately my first time playing, and I won my first Battle Royale solo, 14 kills. If I played Warzone that good, I'd be a goddamn professional. That's what I did during my Monday night. Every now and then I'd lift my head up and start watching Monday Night Raw, but it was just more rematches. More rematches, more of the same old shit, more creative that does nothing to get you excited. And it's amazing, man. I'm sitting there watching this show tonight. After watching Double or Nothing on Sunday, it is like night and day between the two companies, man. You know, AEW has their faults. They're not perfect. No wrestling company is going to be perfect. But the differences between both, man, after watching what you watched on Sunday night and then going into Monday Night Raw, I don't know how anybody can enjoy what WWE is doing nowadays. AEW is trending upwards. They're getting better. They're trying. They're pushing new talent. They're not doing the same thing every week. And Monday Night Raw, in its current state, probably the worst I've ever seen it, is getting worse. WWE is moving backwards. And it's depressing. It really is. If I didn't have to be here tonight, I would not even watch Raw. I wouldn't be here. I'd be in bed. Air conditioner on, in bed. But I got to watch Drew McIntyre once again get a WWE Championship match against Bobby Lashley. This is, I don't even know. I've lost count how many times they've wrestled or will wrestle now at Hell in a Cell. Shayna Baszler, she got another L to her name. She lost to Reginald. Fire. Again, distracted Shayna Baszler. They're putting her in a feud with Alexa Bliss. I don't know how good that's going to turn out, but Shayna Baszler seems to be on her way to becoming the new Humberto Carrillo on Monday Night Raw. Humberto even got a win tonight. Shayna took an L and Humberto got a win. I don't know, man. Sheamus, the United States champion. They put him in back-to-back matches. He loses both matches to Ricochet and Humberto. Gets a broken nose possibly in the process. This show is a complete disaster. Elias and Jaxson Ryker break up like I told you they were going to. Oh, Monday Night Raw's got a good tag team division, man. What tag team division? Half the fucking teams are stitched together with fucking staples. Those staples were ready to pop. Scotch tape, Elmer's glue, whatever fucking condiment you want to use, whatever. It's bullshit. Now they're no longer a tag team. And the excuse that Elias gave was fucking ridiculous. Oh, I'm dumping him on Memorial Day after he told me that he was in Iraq. And now fans are getting back. I don't want to be stuck with him. What a lame fucking excuse, man. Another quote-unquote tag team broken up by WWE. Miz was back on TV tonight. That's the first thing that we saw. Miz and Johnny Drip Drip wearing a necklace of cloves of garlic around his neck to ward off the zombies. I don't know whether he is really a comedian or he's that stupid. Zombies, vampires. I didn't know garlic was a great way to ward off zombies, man. Maybe we should fill in Rick Grimes, season 1 through fucking 9. Maybe Rick Grimes would still be on the fucking show if garlic works so well. Rhea Ripley continues to cringe. Nikki Cross, don't know what they're doing with her, but WWE feels that Nikki Cross in Beat the Clock challenges for the last 2 weeks is entertaining television. If anything that I told you here in this open sounds exciting, you might as well just shut the stream off now, man, because you're a fucking idiot. This show sucks. This show absolutely sucks. Monday Night Raw is a goddamn disaster. Don't know who enjoys this shit legitimately. You are the absolute bane of WWE's existence. You are the reason why they continue to produce garbage on a weekly basis. And then we got Jimmy Smith. Going to talk about Jimmy Smith at the top. I didn't really mind him. He's much better than Adnan, I'll tell you that. Adnan, we're going to need a bigger boat! Verk. Jimmy Smith actually did pretty decent for himself tonight, but I don't give him that long before Vince McMahon starts driving him fucking crazy. But we're going to try and break this thing down tonight on the post show right here on Off the Script. Thank you for joining me inside the OTS venue, man. I am very much sleep deprived, like I said. I was live earlier with Jesse. We almost went 3.5 hours. We just about went 3.5 hours talking about AEW Double or Nothing, man. I had nearly 2,000 people here on the live stream earlier. Everybody was excited to hear my thoughts from a live perspective. We broke it down, my perspective being there live and Jesse being at home watching the show in the comfort of his own home. Everybody happy to see Jesse back after the terrible week that he had. All the love and support that the OTS family showered him with today. It was a awesome live stream. So if you guys missed that, please go and check that out on the channel right now. It is on the homepage, legitimately the first thing that you'll see if you jump to the channel. If you guys are new around here, I would greatly appreciate you hit that thumbs up and that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. We are here every single week. We are the #1 leader in the IWC when it comes to breaking these shows down, post shows, #1 podcast in the IWC right here on Off the Script. Make sure you guys go and hit that subscribe button for some more great content. We got 1,400 people inside the venue. More are filtering in. They're being ID'd at the door. We do not let in underage, but the bouncer sometimes is a little lenient. We do have a variety of alcohols and a variety of craft beers, but we do serve some Shirley Temples. We do sell some Sody Pop for the little kids, but you can't sit VIP though. You can't sit VIP. You only sit VIP if you super chat. So make sure you guys get them on in, and we'll hang out at the end of the show as always. Go check out the podcast from this past weekend, episode 378. We talk about Reigns, John Cena, the SummerSlam rumors that are circulating about them being in the main event. And if you guys want to check out my sponsor for today's show, Homage, the best. And I wore some of their shirts in Jacksonville, man, for Double or Nothing. I wore a Hero of Hyrule retro t-shirt that got many people to say, hey, man, cool shirt. Homage.com. That is HOMAGE. If you guys love that retro, old school style, they are for you. You guys can use code SCRIPT at checkout for 20% off. Make sure you guys go and check that out. Everybody that donates and super chats tonight will be collected. Your name will be collected. You will be dropped into a pool. Hoop Media is collecting all the names, and we are going to do a big drawing on Friday night. Friday night, SmackDown. Friday night, AEW. I got some plans for Friday night. This is what I'm going to do. So we're going to do a big drawing. Everybody that donates, you could donate as little as $1. You guys can donate whatever you want. $50, $100, $25, everywhere in between. You guys will be in a pool. We're going to do a random drawing on Friday, and you guys have the opportunity to win one t-shirt. And it is an HBK Heartbreak Kid t-shirt, the one that I've been wearing on the show here for a couple weeks now. You guys will win that. We'll reach out to you. I'll get your shirt size. I'll send it over to Homage, and they'll be shipping you a brand new t-shirt for winning the OTS contest here this week. So make sure you guys go and check them out. And Friday, I'm thinking, because I did not like how Dynamite and everybody just jumped to Dynamite instead of watching the stream, what I'm going to do on Friday, I'm going to watch SmackDown, and then I'm going to watch AEW. And when AEW is over at 12 o'clock, I'm going live right here on YouTube. So we're going to be talking about Dynamite, and we're going to be talking about SmackDown in the same show. So look forward to that. I don't want to do one and then not watch the other, so I'm going to watch both, and then I'm going to talk about both, and you guys are going to be here hanging out with me on Friday night. Let me know if that is a good idea. So I appreciate all you guys and the support you've been giving me. Thank you so very much for everything. And go check out Homage, like I said, homage.com. Use that code SCRIPT at checkout for 20% off. Jimmy Smith, his debut as Raw commentator, as the lead announcer. I enjoyed Jimmy Smith tonight, and I thought he did a very good job. I did want to hear more of him. I understand why Corey Graves and Byron Saxton were there to kind of, I would say, not overwhelm him, but most of the time, Corey Graves and Byron Saxton took the lead. Jimmy Smith, obviously, it's his first week there. He was getting comfortable with everything. He knows his stuff. He knows his moves. He knows his psychology. There was one instance in the Drew McIntyre and Kofi Kingston match that really made me say, you know what, Adnan would have never said anything like this when he was on commentary. There was a moment where I believe Drew McIntyre got hit with an SOS, or it might have been one of Kofi's kicks. Trouble in Paradise, it might have been hit with. So he's near the ropes. He grabs the ropes to break up the referee count, and the referee stops the count. Jimmy Smith says something along the lines of him being a veteran and ring presence, and he grabbed the rope without actually forcing a kick out and exerting energy in the kick out. He grabbed the rope instead to break the referee's count. That's what a ring professional does. Jimmy Smith mentioned things along those lines in that match, in that instance, and I'm like, you know what? Adnan would have never said that before. He would have never even incorporated that into the commentary. Jimmy Smith has a very good voice. It's going to take a little bit getting used to because I don't know if his voice completely fits with the product. You know, maybe we are just so prone to hearing Michael Cole every week, and someone like Michael Cole. You know, I think Morrow is the best play-by-play guy in the business. That's the guy I would want for my show. That's the kind of voice that I want, that commanding voice, that knowledgeable voice, right? Just giving you a breakdown of what's going on, calling the moves. I don't know if Jimmy Smith is going to do that, but his voice to me almost sounds like it's a forced strain or a strained voice, you know, forcing his excitement. But he's not the only one that suffered from that. Adnan did the same thing. And it almost sounds like I'm watching an MMA fight. He's got that MMA style voice, that high-paced voice that's fit for high-paced action, big moves, short bursts of offense. I'm not sure his voice is really going to lend to a pro wrestling match where it's a lot slower and it's a little bit more methodical and it's a little bit more story-driven instead of a UFC fight where it's just ball to the wall, you know, let's knock somebody out in the quickest fucking time. But he's got a good voice. It almost sounded like I was watching American Gladiators with the type of voice that he emits behind the microphone. None of this is a bad thing. I'm not saying this to shit on him. He knew his stuff, and he is leagues better than Adnan, so that's all we could really ask for. But, you know, as far as a casual presence for a casual viewer, and you're flipping the channel and you're watching Monday night, you want to know who's behind the commentary booth. You want to know who's there as far as who's calling the play-by-play. This is why I always say having somebody in that role that is a noticeable presence, whether it's somebody that everybody knows or someone that you just listen to and be like, oh shit, I got to watch this. This guy's making this sound important. I don't know if a casual viewer is going to stop and listen to Jimmy Smith. And I don't know with WWE fucking changing commentators every 2 months. I don't know if anybody's really going to care about who's behind the desk. You know, they may hear it and then they may change the channel. They need somebody that they're going to really know, understand, and take a liking to. Is Jimmy Smith going to be that guy? I don't know. Is he going to sit there and is he going to enjoy himself on Monday night? It's an arduous task on Monday night to sit there and enjoy yourself. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that. You know? How long is Vince McMahon going to sit there and let him do what he's got to do before he starts yelling in his ear that he's not doing it right? Is he going to get flustered? Is he going to get scared away? Is he going to change his style? He's already emitting the oh my gods and the oh, you know, behind the commentary booth for the big moves. That's a Michael Cole initiative or a Vic Joseph initiative. That's what they do. That's what WWE does to teach these guys. But all in all, he had a pretty successful night one. And like I said, anything is better than Adnan. We're going to need a bigger boat, Adnan Virk. So Jimmy Smith didn't mention trains or boats or birds or planes or fucking Irish curses, Celtic warriors, mixing people's nicknames up. We didn't get any of that. He knew his shit. He came in. He knew his moves. He knew his in-ring psychology. That's all we could ask for. That's all we can ask for. So Jimmy Smith did great on night one, and we will see how well he does and adjusts to Monday Night Raw, which, as you all know, is not an easy thing to do. Corey Graves introduced the show. He introduced Jimmy Smith. He said that he wants to honor the fans and the superstars and hopefully have some fun. Bro, you're on the wrong show if you're looking for fun. Monday Night Raw, there's nothing fun about it. So we got Miz TV to open the show. Miz and John Morrison sat in the ring together. Miz lives. He was devoured by zombies, but somehow walked away. Maybe he is the key to The Walking Dead. We don't know. So Miz is back on TV. He welcomed himself back. Miz was going over his match with Damian Priest. He was very not liking the idea of what happened at the Backlash pay-per-view with Damian Priest and the zombies. And then he mentioned that he got injured for the first time in his long and illustrious career. He stopped and he asked, "What is that smell?" It's probably Monday Night Raw. It always smells like fucking shit every single week. But John Morrison is wearing a necklace full of garlic cloves. So Miz asked, "Why are you wearing garlic?" Morrison said, "I'm wearing garlic to prepare himself for the aliens, for the vampires, and for the plumbers. Whatever comes their way." He also said he brought his drip stick. Now, usually when I take a troll and I call their mother up and I blast them in the live stream during the super chats and they want to get feisty with me, I usually tell them, "Bro, get the fuck out of my chat. I'm going to go call your mother up and I'm going to show her my drip stick." So that's what John Morrison had here. He had his drip stick, and it was nothing more than like a little water hose, and he pumped water out of it. It looked like legitimately a penis pump. Like, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with John Morrison, but this is the start of Monday Night Raw, folks. Imagine going from Double or Nothing and being excited and loving pro wrestling to watching Monday Night Raw, and in the first segment, John Morrison's wearing a necklace full of garlic cloves. Miz is contemplating why he's still alive after being eaten by zombies, and John Morrison introduces the drip stick. Imagine somebody walking out of Double or Nothing and then watching Monday Night Raw and saying, "Hey man, I like this. It's entertaining." You are the absolute worst person in the community. You're the reason why this show sucks. So, he had drip stick with him. Miz says that he had an epiphany, that he had to get back to Raw. He said they're going back on the road and fans would want to see the most must-see and moist-see superstars. He said that he will continue to bring WWE top stars to the fans. He introduced Charlotte Flair as his guest on Miz TV. So Morrison opened the ropes for Charlotte. "What a weird human being," says Byron Saxton, calling John Morrison weird. Imagine that. So Charlotte is in the ring, and she asked, "What is that smell?" Everybody's asking what the smell is. Morrison says he's wearing garlic to protect them from mummies and flight attendants. So not only are we protecting ourselves from vampires, aliens, and plumbers, which I find very funny. There's aliens, there's vampires, and there's plumbers in AEW. We got aliens, Chris Statlander. We got vampires, right? Who's that fucking guy? I know there's a vampire gimmick on AEW. Ryzen is his name. And then we got plumbers. Cody Rhodes is the son of a plumber. And then we got fucking mummies. Flight attendants. Who in AEW is a mummy? Anybody? Flight attendants? Is anybody a flight attendant? Pretty sure there's some AEW innuendo there. Charlotte talked about Rhea Ripley. Ripley's fairy tale victory over Asuka at WrestleMania. She said she's sending Ripley to hell in 3 weeks. Honey, listen, WWE, Bruce, Vince, they send us to hell every fucking week. So what exactly are you going to do to Rhea that is much worse than what Bruce and Vince are doing to us? I don't really understand it. So Rhea Ripley's music hits. I put my head in my fucking hands and I hold my head. Rhea cringely walks out. And in her bio, it says where her stats are, 24 years old. It's almost as if WWE's toying with us. They've already buried Rhea Ripley, and she's only 24 years old. They want us to know how old she is, or how young she is, I should say. And they want us to realize how young she is at this time of her burial. So that's what they're doing there. So Ripley is in the ring. She has a microphone. I don't know why. I don't know who in their right mind would give this woman a microphone. Ripley told Charlotte she's not sending her to hell, but she can go to hell. Ooh, what emo band did you get that from, Rhea? What lyric did you read before you went out there to talk to Charlotte? What song was it? I'm sure it was awful. So Ripley told Charlotte that she's not sending her to hell, but she could go to hell. Miz begged them to lower the temperature and just chit-chat. Miz says he wanted to deep dive into Ripley, why she's so mysterious, and find out the symbolism of her tattoos. Morrison asked for her favorite garlic bread recipe. He said he wants to be sure she's not a vampire. Ripley said this is the dumbest thing that she's ever heard. Ripley said that this is the dumbest thing that she's ever heard. I'm pretty sure, hey, Rhea, we're putting you on Monday Night Raw. I think that would top the list of dumbest things that Rhea Ripley has ever heard. No, but she wants to cite this one as the dumbest thing she's ever heard. She said she'll remain champion after beating Charlotte at Hell in a Cell. So Charlotte said Ripley couldn't even beat Nikki Cross. Miz says that is true, and they threw a video package to last week highlighting how fucking stupid Rhea Ripley was. And Charlotte asks Ripley if she can't beat Nikki, what makes her think that you're going to beat me? I don't understand this logic. So Nikki marched out. She said that she's a big fan of Miz TV and couldn't wait any longer. She said she beat the Raw Women's Champion last week, so she challenged the winner of their Hell in a Cell match. Ripley said if there were 4 minutes on the clock, she could have beaten her. Ripley said if there were 4 minutes on the clock, she could have beaten her. But you opted to go 2 minutes, accept 2 minutes, and then you opted to not even care about the fucking clock that was staring at you in big white numbers. You failed to even look at it after beating this woman so badly last week. You had every opportunity to go right to the finish, and you didn't. And you didn't. You were made to look like a fool. Doesn't matter if it was 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 6 minutes, 10 minutes. It doesn't matter. You look like a complete blithering idiot. She told Nikki she did earn her respect, though. So Nikki said she couldn't beat Charlotte in 2 minutes, or she could beat Charlotte in 2 minutes, and if she did, she would agree to face the winner at Hell in a Cell. Charlotte stood up and said angrily that all of this is ridiculous. She could beat her in 1 minute. 1 minute. So it looks like we got another beat the clock challenge. Charlotte called Nikki Cross a little troll. And we got a beat the clock challenge between Nikki Cross and Charlotte. So Nikki Cross wins in 2 minutes. And Charlotte, just like Rhea Ripley, was made to look like a fucking idiot because for 45 seconds at least in this match, Charlotte went to the outside, talked to Rhea, who was standing on the outside watching this disaster happen. She goes to the outside and starts arguing with Rhea Ripley for at least half of the match, leaving her legitimately with 1 minute to beat Nikki Cross. And guess what, folks? Charlotte Flair didn't get the job done. Who books this shit? Rhea Ripley is fucking garbage on Raw. I don't understand how everybody looked at her in NXT, seeing how she was so over in NXT, seeing how genuine she was in NXT, and then think this version of Rhea Ripley is the better version of Rhea Ripley. I don't understand how they think that what she's doing as far as promo goes is better than what she was doing in NXT. She sounds awful. She looks ridiculous. And her being the Raw Women's Champion, you would think somebody like Rhea Ripley and how hot she was going to make this division better, going to make this championship better, going to make everything better. The matches better, competition better, Raw better. Rhea Ripley is an absolute non-factor in every aspect of that championship and that division. She doesn't feel special at all. Is it her fault? Not going to completely blame her, but she isn't really doing anything to try. It's the same shit every week. I blame creative. They have fucked her up. You might as well just take the fucking championship off of her and put it on Charlotte, because we all know that's what WWE wants to do. And more than likely, and Jesse just texted me, Abaddon and Top Flight. I'm telling you, man, they were AEW innuendos. This is exactly what I think about while I'm watching the show. So there you go. Everything that WWE does is an AEW effect. This shit sucks. I can't stand this women's division. It is complete trash. And this entire opening segment was fucking god-awful. Everything about the Beat the Clock challenge is awful. I don't know how anybody watched this show at the top of the hour and remained watching this show after this one segment. Complete shit. Backstage, Matt Riddle. He was talking to Damian Priest. Riddle told Priest he can't wait to be back in front of fans. Riddle says he's excited to scooter all the way to Texas. Good luck, bro. Good luck. He asked Priest, can you teach me El Español, a.k.a. Spanish? He pronounced something in Spanish, a.k.a. in Spanish. He pronounced a.k.a. Ka, I believe, is what I heard. I had my head down in my Call of Duty mobile. Priest asked if he meant AKA. Riddle asked him for words in Spanish. So he said something in Spanish. I don't even remember what Damian Priest was translating. I think he translated bro in Spanish, if I'm not mistaken. Whatever. So in walks Randy Orton. Randy Orton was there. Orton showed up. He says he saw him use his RKO last week. Riddle apologized for not asking first. He said he hit it out of nowhere. Orton said he impressed him last week, but there are a few things he could work on. He said he will probably wish he didn't say this, but he invited him to watch his match at ringside later. Riddle said, shucks, and was very excited. Oh, shucks. You're inviting me out to watch your match, Matt Riddle. It's great. So Orton then listened to Riddle ramble on. He did the zippering of the mouth, locking the key. Riddle took the imaginary key, gave it to Randy Orton. Orton looked at it, threw it away over his back. Riddle scooters behind him and starts looking for the imaginary key. I don't know who the fuck writes this shit. It's like a fucking 3-year-old wrote this shit and expects people like you and I to enjoy this brand of comedy in WWE or this brand of entertainment in WWE. This is what you missed if you watch Raw. Riddle handing imaginary keys to Randy Orton. Randy Orton looking at said imaginary key, and Randy Orton throwing the said imaginary key. Just to shut Matt Riddle up. It's great. But the chemistry is there. I like the chemistry between these two teams. They're legitimately probably the most entertaining act or duo on Monday Night Raw. So Randy Orton, he went up against Xavier Woods on Monday Night Raw. After the match that Woods had with Matt Riddle last week, I was expecting maybe another great match from these two. Wasn't really anywhere close to what Matt Riddle did with Xavier Woods last week. So Orton had his signature chin lock applied on Xavier Woods. Woods came back with some strikes, his rolling elbow. Orton came back with a powerbomb out of the corner. Orton took his sweet-ass time getting his draping DDT all set up. Woods countered that into an arm breaker. Orton came right back with the draping DDT anyway. And Woods, he countered the second draping DDT and counted an RKO into a backslide for 2. So Orton called Woods as he came off the ropes, hit a bro Derek. He doesn't get the draping DDT. He doesn't get the RKO. But with Matt Riddle sitting at ringside, he won the match with Matt Riddle's finishing move, the Bro Derek. 1, 2, 3, he beats Xavier Woods, and that's it. So now they're trading finishing moves, and Orton's got one over on Matt Riddle. Don't know what this means. I'm assuming they're going tit for tat. What you could do, I could do, and vice versa. And they may be going after the tag team championships. I'm assuming when fans are back, we're going to get Orton and Riddle versus Styles and Omos. And there is your tag team championship match for the summer, folks. Tag team championship match between two teams that aren't even fucking tag teams, legitimately. It's great. Gotta love Monday Night Raw, man. Orton dropped to his knees in front of Riddle. And I believe, Riddle dropped to his knees and looked up at Orton. He then rode his scooter around the ring, and that was it. Jimmy Smith mentioned that they traded finishers, and it looks like they are still a team and a pairing on Monday night. Nothing really new to report there. They're just going, like I said, tit for tat. Asuka, she hasn't been on the show. They did a We Belong Together thing with Asuka about the American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So that's that. Asuka's not going to really factor into anything because, let's be real, WWE is all over Asuka, and they're moving Charlotte on to Rhea Ripley, with Charlotte more than likely becoming the Raw Women's Champion, and Asuka, who the fuck knows what awaits Asuka on Monday night. MVP had women backstage in their suites. MVP and Bob Lashley. So they were dancing and they were hanging out and they were just chilling there with some champagne. So they were waiting around to see who they get at Hell in a Cell, but he had 5 beautiful women with him backstage partying it up as usual. Still don't know if this is the WWE Champion or they're transitioning Bobby Lashley into a pimp to reprise the Godfather gimmick. I don't know. Nia Jax. She sent Reginald out to go one-on-one with Shayna Baszler. This is riveting stuff, folks. Shayna Baszler versus Reginald. Went 4 minutes. Reginald beats Shayna Baszler. Yes, I did not stutter. Reginald defeated Shayna Baszler on Monday Night Raw. It's unreal. So Reginald avoided Baszler's offense for a little bit. She took him out with a shoulder tackle. Reginald used a roll-up and dodged a tackle from Shayna. Shayna did give him a body slam in this match. Or Reginald, I should say, body slammed Shayna Baszler. Reginald seemed very regretful of body slamming Shayna Baszler. And Nia Jax was watching in the back. She was all excited that Reggie was doing so good. Baszler managed to knock him down, go after his leg. Baszler applied an ankle lock, but Reginald slipped out before hitting a spinning crossbody on Shayna Baszler. Reginald tried a moonsault, but Baszler moved and he landed awkwardly on his leg. Baszler then went for the Kirifuda clutch. And all of a sudden, with the Kirifuda clutch applied, fire shoots out from the steel posts. So fire shoots up from the steel posts in the ring. And Reginald rolls Baszler up. And Baszler loses once again because of fucking fire. Shayna Baszler has lost because of fire for about 4 weeks going now. Does nobody have an issue with this? Reginald pinned Shayna Baszler. This woman is probably crying on the inside. This is awful. Absolutely. The fact that Reginald is still in women's division matches is one thing. But Shayna Baszler losing to Reginald, Shayna Baszler could probably snap this guy in 7. And he's beating Shayna on Monday night. Buried. Absolutely buried. So I don't know what they're doing with Shayna. Apparently they're moving her on to something with Alexa Bliss. That doesn't bode well for her either. It really don't. Looks like they're doing everything they can to belittle Shayna Baszler for whatever fucking reason. I have no idea why. This woman should be a killer. This woman should be booked legit. But here she is, taking more losses this year than fucking Humberto. I don't get it. Drew McIntyre, He was backstage. He talked about facing Kofi Kingston later. Says he respects him so much that he'd do anything for his family and friends. Said he's a former world champion. Said it took Kofi 2 decades to reach the top, but he's not one to judge. Drew said Kofi sacrificed for his kids. Well, he was put off having kids in order to dedicate himself to the industry. Said someday he'll have a little kid and teach him about the WWE history. He told Kofi through the hard camera, he looked into the hard camera, says he respects him, but he's going to run right through him tonight and regain his title at Hell in a Cell. He said he was more than ready for the main event tonight. Mace and T-Bar. They went up against the Lucha House Party, Lince Dorado and Gran Metalik. Lucha House Party were anything but Lucha lit. You know, I really don't get WWE. I really don't get how they look at Mace and T-Bar and think, hey, man, we should keep these guys exactly how they looked when they were in Retribution. Now, WWE had 2 guys by the name of Connor and Victor of the Ascension, who WWE buried and then ultimately fired many months ago. They've been out of WWE for a couple of years now. So WWE decides, well, we don't have any plans for these guys, and we need tag teams. Let's keep them together, and let's make them the Ascension 2.0. T-Bar's got his face paint, these lines, like he's got war paint on him, and Mace is talking about fucking lions and giraffes and fucking blood and sharks and dolphins and seal, whatever the fuck he's talking about. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Can you put Dio Madden back at the Performance Center? Because clearly he is not ready to go on the main roster. And can you give T-Bar his fucking real name back, please? And have him go out there and, I don't know, be a professional wrestler instead of a fucking joke? T-Bar and Mace are nothing more than Ascension wannabes. I don't know who wants to be fucking emulated as the next Ascension in this tag team division. This is the extent of WWE creative. Awful. So they beat the Lucha House Party, basically a squash match. What does that mean? Who gives a fuck? WWE doesn't know how to do tag team wrestling if it's not the New Day or the Usos or the Street Profits. Everybody else, they're just there, hanging out. They don't do tag team wrestling. You want tag team wrestling? Go watch Double or Nothing. 2 great tag team matches, they're on the card. Sheamus. He's in the ring. He's excited to get back to traveling. I'd be excited if somebody comes out and says, I wish this show was better than it is right now. You're back to traveling. Great. Are we going to get better shows? He offered Ricochet and Humberto Carrillo participation trophies. It's exactly what Bruce doesn't deserve, participation trophies. He doesn't participate. He just hangs around looking for the most ample opportunity to lick Vince McMahon's fucking balls. That's all he does. Because they're not going to get any closer to winning this United States Championship, says Sheamus. So we saw clips of Humberto and Ricochet last week double-teaming Sheamus. Sheamus looked very angry with this clip. And then he asked the audience if they look like championship material. Ricochet, once upon a time, did look like championship material until WWE fucking sucked the life out of this guy. They fucking sucked the soul out of Ricochet. And Humberto, bro, he's not a champion of anything except Tuesday nights. Because he loves to embellish on whatever Titus got going on in the kitchen. He loves to indulge in whatever Titus has got going on in the kitchen, man. You know what happens on Tuesday. You know what Titus is serving up on Tuesday. Anyway, said Humberto and Ricochet aren't worthy of lacing his boots. Said he won't face them 2-on-1, but he'll face them back-to-back 1-on-1. Because that's the type of champion he is. Be careful what you wish for, Sheamus. Be careful what you wish for, man. You ask for something like that, WWE more than likely is going to embarrass you one way or another. So we get Sheamus versus Ricochet. This match lasts 2 minutes. Rematch. We've seen this now twice already in the last 3 weeks. Rematch. Sheamus loses because Humberto came out when he wasn't supposed to. His music hits, and he distracts Sheamus with his theme music. He gets rolled up by Ricochet. 1, 2, 3. The United States champion, Sheamus, one of the baddest motherfuckers on the face of the planet in the WWE, got rolled up by Ricochet because Humberto's music hit the PA system. It's great. The United States champion loses on a distraction roll-up on Monday Night Raw. Okay, great. So we go from that to Sheamus versus Humberto Carrillo, which lasted double the amount of time that the Ricochet match did. Humberto gets the victory here in this match. Sheamus loses back-to-back matches. Don't know why. Don't know why this made the final cut of the script, but here we are, folks. Carrillo made a comeback after Sheamus was angrily beating him down. He elbowed Sheamus, did Humberto, right in the nose. The replay looked fucking awful. It looked like he legitimately caved his nose in the replay. They showed it in slow motion. Sheamus looking all badass. He's got blood running down his nose. He's got blood droplets all over his chest. Looks like he was in a fucking bar fight. So Humberto possibly broke his nose. Sheamus clotheslined Carrillo to the outside. Ricochet checked on Carrillo, so Sheamus booted him in the face on the outside. Sheamus set up for a bro kick, but Ricochet slid halfway into the ring. Sheamus ran after him and tried pulling him into the ring. As this was happening, Carrillo used the opportunity to roll up Sheamus with a schoolboy pin and get the victory over Sheamus. Ricochet and Humberto Carrillo defeated Sheamus in back-to-back matches that barely went 7 minutes. I need to ask somebody in WWE Creative, how exactly does this get Sheamus over as a legitimate champion? How does this make Sheamus look good? This is your this is, number one, the biggest fucking glaring issue with WWE and their championships and their champions. WWE doesn't give a fuck about who the champion is, and they don't give a shit about the championship that they're booking, especially in a segment like this. They don't care, because if they did, Sheamus wouldn't be losing, first of all, and he certainly wouldn't be losing back-to-back matches against two fucking guys that have sat in catering for the last 2 years, exclusively. How does this make anybody look good? How does this make Sheamus look like a fighting champion? This entire storyline was for Sheamus to put his open challenge out there to see who could legitimately beat him, because nobody could. And then he would give and grant a title shot to that person. So you just blew this entire fucking thing open, have the poor guy lose 2 matches in one night, which I'm assuming at Hell in a Cell we're going to get a triple threat match between these 3 fucking guys. But at that point, the damage has been done. Sheamus, as the United States champion, lost twice in one night. As far as I'm concerned, Sheamus, his value is 0. Sheamus is a loser. And thanks to WWE Creative, the United States Championship reign of Sheamus is trash. Thank you, Bruce Pritchard, and thank you, Vince McMahon. Fucking terrible. Absolutely terrible. You would never see Tony Khan book his champions like that on Dynamite. Never. And if they do, then you're certainly going to get the same venom that I'm giving this fucking segment on AEW Dynamite. Moving on with this fucking shit show. I can't wait to get the fuck out of here. Eva Marie. It was a vignette that aired. She talked about learning during her time away from WWE that when life knocks you down, it takes courage to keep getting back up. Now, Eva, listen, if you're down, stay down. Nobody wants to see you get up because you're just going to botch all over again. The more times you get up, the more botch you're going to give us. Stay down. It's more beneficial for you. She said you have to fight to get back into the WWE, and she's back. You got to fight to get into the WWE, huh? They fired Mickie James, Billie Kay, and Peyton Royce. Fight? How so? They cleared payroll for you so that you could maintain your pay on the WWE active roster. They showed footage of her training. After all the weeks, I'm asking, where is the in-ring stuff? I got swimsuit model. I got fucking movie star. I got all this other shit from Eva Marie. Where's the in-ring action? Where's the training? We finally got it tonight. She's back to finish what she started. She said she won't speak for herself, but also be a voice for the superstars of WWE. This is Evolution. Now, I'm afraid, because I reported on Off the Script, that Eva Marie, she may be a manager or mouthpiece for somebody. Certainly looks like to me that Eva Marie is back to finish what she started in WWE, which means she's going to be in the ring wrestling. Man, I can't wait. How can we make the division worse? Ding, 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 ding. Eva Marie. Come on down. You're the next contestant on this show. Fucking sucks. Naomi, speaking of this show fucking sucks. Naomi and Lana versus Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. Jesus fucking Christ. This is the type of show that Monday Night Raw puts on every week, folks. Oh, Rose and Brooke win after giving Lana a double-team neck breaker. I mean, would you really love me to break this fucking thing down? Did you even realize these four women were in the ring when they were in the ring? Did you go do something else? Maybe you made yourself a cup of hot tea. Maybe you made yourself a nice snack. Maybe you went to go take a shower. Maybe you went to go brush your teeth. Maybe you went to go walk the dog. Maybe you took the trash out for Tuesday pickup, whether it's trash or recycling. Maybe you realize it's a nice night. Let me go for a walk around the block. I'm not missing anything on Monday night. Who gives a shit? And what were Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke wearing? I mean, are they wrestling in lingerie? It looks like they're losing layers every single week. You know, the more you show skin, I don't know how that's going to equate to you being a fucking better tag team. This is not some fucking underwear ad. Looks like they wear fucking lingerie. Now, for some people, that may be good, but listen. I thought I'm watching a pro wrestling show. I don't know. Shit sucks. Cedric Alexander defeated Shelton Benjamin in 28 seconds. 28 seconds. Alexander won quickly by pinfall after thumbing Benjamin in the eye and hitting a neuralizer. How was that? 28 seconds. Shelton gets the victory last week, right? Well, what happened? Shelton got the victory 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, and then Cedric got the victory last week, and then Cedric gets the victory this week. Jimmy Smith known Alexander won the same way last week. Who gives a fuck? Where's this going? Is this getting anybody over with the crowd? Oh, what can we do to fill time? 28, I got, 2 minutes? Let's do 28 seconds with Cedric and Shelton. Can you imagine putting the caliber of athlete that is Cedric and Shelton Benjamin in the ring and giving them only 28 seconds? What do you think those guys feel like when they get in their rental car and they go back home for the week? What do you think they are thinking? Why am I here? This is my life? 28 seconds? But hey, they're providing a paycheck for their family, right? Yet their boss fucking hates them both. And this is what exactly he thinks of them creatively. 28 seconds. 28 seconds. After that, we got Elias. He talked to Ryker about facing Styles and Omos for the Raw Tag Team titles. Elias says he was almost electrocuted. That's how I wish I'd felt on most nights watching this fucking show. So they have a great chance to win tonight, but he's never seen anyone as big as Omos. Ryker was in this trance. He was staring, daydreaming. So Elias asked him if he was hearing him and asked if he had his back. Have you ever been in battle? We're in battle every week with our fucking insomnia during Monday Night Raw. Ryker snapped out of it and asked, have you ever been in battle? Because I've served in Iraq. It's great. You got to mention that because it's Memorial Day. Great job there, Bruce. Great job. Can you come up with any more fucking gems creatively? I don't think anybody's going to give a fuck about Jaxson Ryker because he served in Iraq. Drop it. Nobody forgets. The internet lives. Kevin Patrick knocked on the door of the New Day. He interviewed Kofi. He came out looking like the Green Ranger from Power Rangers. Said he heard what Drew said. He thinks that Drew is implying his family was a detriment to his success. He said his success is because of his family. Said he is motivated by them. Said those were cheap shots. Said he respects Drew for all the sacrifices he made to the industry. Said he heard Drew say he slayed the beast while Kofi wasn't able to. Says he was going to use that same logic because on Raw 2 weeks ago, he did something Drew wasn't able to do. He said he hasn't been able to beat Lashley, but regardless of how it happened, he pinned the WWE champion on his first try. Yes, it doesn't matter how it happened, but everybody realizes that you beat Bobby Lashley because Drew McIntyre helped you. So you can't really claim victory over Bobby Lashley when it was a asterisk victory. You were helped. You were helped by Drew. He pinned the WWE champion on his first try. Says he's going to leave it all in the ring later. When all is said and done, he'll beat Drew and go on to Hell in a Cell and become a 2-time World Heavyweight Champion. It's great. It's great. Nobody wants to see Kofi Kingston and Kofi Mania again. If you do, you're the simple fucking sole reason why this show doesn't change. We want different, new, exciting, fresh. Kofi Kingston is everything that is opposite of those words. AJ Styles and Omos versus Elias and Jaxson Ryker. This shit didn't go anywhere. 10 minutes, Elias turned on Ryker. Great. Another fucking tag team that was never really a tag team, broken up. So, Omos, he was in the match for a little bit. Ryker went for a tag, but Elias hopped off the apron. Styles tagged in Omos. As Elias was walking away, Elias watched from the stage as Omos was attacking Ryker in the ring. Omos did a short arm clothesline. He tagged in Styles. Phenomenal forearm, and that was it. That was it. 1, 2, 3. Tag team titles on the line, and Elias, in a tag team title match, opted to say, fuck this tag team. I'm better off alone. You went through all these weeks of Jaxson Ryker beating AJ Styles, fucking Elias and AJ in the ring, and then we go through all of that to get them to break up. So why did we have to watch, and why were we given dreadful television for you to only go and break up the tag team when they were never a real fucking tag team to begin with? It was always Elias and Ryker, the roadie. Then you made them into a tag team because you had no fucking tag teams in your division, so you were like, let's pair these two fucking idiots together. Let's call them a tag team, and then you end up breaking them up anyway after the damage has been done and the TV time has been wasted from the fans' perspective. Elias wants to go on his own, and he wants to go on his own because fans are back in attendance. He doesn't need Jaxson Ryker anymore. That was his excuse. That was his excuse. Elias told Patrick that Ryker has become unhinged. He became unhinged? In what way? Why? He said he wanted to walk with him, but he wanted to mold him into something special. But lately, he's been looking out for himself. He asked where he was when he needed help. He said Ryker is a veteran whom he respects, but he's unpredictable. He said they're close to getting back on the road with live shows, but it makes him stick to think of traveling alongside him. He said he doesn't want to be around Jaxson Ryker anymore. That was his excuse. I'm getting back to live fans. I'm going to go solo. He's a solo act now on Monday Night Raw. Great. I guess WWE may have plans for Elias now that fans are back, and fans are pretty much the lifeblood of this Elias character. Is that what they're doing? Are they finally going to give Elias a push? But at this point, after 4 years of sitting on this guy doing nothing, is anybody going to care? Probably not. Alexa Bliss introduced Reginald as her guest on the Alexa's Playground. I was going to say Firefly Funhouse. That's long gone. You Bray Wyatt geeks. There's no Firefly Funhouse anymore, clowns. You got the Firefly Funhouse gone, replaced by Alexa's Playground. She told Reginald to make himself comfy. They won't bite. Well, I don't, at least. Ha ha ha, he. But who knows about Lily? Reginald says he feels great, other than what Baszler did to his leg. Bliss interrupted and said Lily has a question for him. So, Reginald was sitting there. There was no question asked. Bliss said Lily wants to know. Oh, you can't understand Lily. You can't hear Lily. I can only hear Lily. So the question is, she wants to know about his time in Cirque du Soleil. That's what she wants to know. She wants to know about his time in that. So, Baszler comes out of nowhere and attacks Reginald. She sat on the swing, sits next to Alexa Bliss. Bliss said, you weren't really invited to play with me on the playground. And she said, Lily doesn't really like you. Baszler told Bliss, listen, you're becoming a problem. She said, before this gets out of hand, they need to have a chat. She said she'd see her next week. We got this horror music playing in the background. Very cringe. Baszler kneeled in front of Lily and told her, you're just a stupid ass doll. That's it. She walked away. This is not boding well for Shayna Baszler. She took care of Reginald, threw him around in the playground. This is how I take care of my problems, says Shayna Baszler. This is how you take care of your problems. You just lost to this problem about an hour and a half ago. This is how you take care of problems, by losing. Now she's being projected into a feud with Alexa Bliss. What do you think the end result is going to be there? Shayna Baszler is going to have newfound success going solo? Matching up with Alexa Bliss and Lily? I see more fire in the future of Shayna Baszler. More L's as well. Awful. Viking Raiders were giving Mansoor advice about being on Monday Night Raw. They should have told him, hey, go to SmackDown. That would be the best advice that they could possibly give this guy. They suggested that he have a war cry. Ivar yelled, raid. Mansoor yelled, raid back. They told him to have fun and welcomed him to Raw. Ali walked up to him. Mustafa Ali, if you guys remember him. He's been living on Main Event as of late. Ali warned him to be careful because people will stab you in the back around here. Don't trust anybody. Mansoor then says, so why should I trust you? Ali then smiled and says, now you're getting it. It's great. Are we getting an Ali-Mansoor pairing? Are we getting an Ali-Mansoor matchup? Does any of that sound exciting to you? Mansoor had one match, and then he was taken off TV to sit around and do nothing. It's what WWE does to kill the momentum of said new talent. It's great. Bobby Lashley, MVP, his Ho Train, was standing in the back. Kevin Patrick walked up. They all gave him nasty looks. Asked if they had a preference for who wins between Kofi and Drew. MVP said they're eager to see who the loser will be at Hell in a Cell. The loser every week is us for watching this fucking garbage. MVP says he respects both guys in their stories, but not as competition. Lashley said he beat Drew at WrestleMania, and without Drew's help, Kofi would have never defeated him when they wrestled a couple of weeks ago. MVP said they'd love to be ringside, but Adam Pearce banned them. He said he thought it was a little harsh, but this suite isn't bad either. Lashley said neither of them can end the almighty era. MVP told Patrick to get out of here, and they went back to dancing and drinking champagne with the Ho Train. All we needed was the Godfather, but he was absent and not there at the party. In the main event, Kofi Kingston versus Drew McIntyre. This was a very good match, as expected. I mean, Drew was great. Boring, but great. Kofi Kingston, typically great in these types of matches. This was very predictable. There was no way Kofi Kingston was winning this match. If anybody thought Kofi was winning this match over one-on-one, Drew McIntyre, give me a break. There was no way this was going to happen. So McIntyre wins the match. Both men got in there. They went about 23 minutes. So McIntyre was in control. Kingston hit a sunset flip powerbomb to get out of a sticky situation there. Got a 2 count. Kingston followed with a missile drop kick for 2. McIntyre blocked an SOS and hit a spinning future shock DDT. That looked great. That got a near fall for McIntyre. McIntyre followed with a great-looking spine buster. Kingston countered a DDT attempt with a super kick for 2. McIntyre then was hanging upside down in a tree of woe. Upside down in the turnbuckles. Yanked Kingston from the top. Looked like Kingston was going for a double foot stomp, and McIntyre did that pull himself up and belly-to-belly suplex from the tree of woe position move. McIntyre went for a Claymore kick. Kingston caught him with a Trouble in Paradise. This led to a near fall where McIntyre grabbed the rope. Jimmy Smith with a very good call on commentary for his first night. Grabbing the rope there, not exuding energy by forcing a kick out, but he grabbed the rope instead. So, at this point in the match, Kingston was up top. He was coming off the top rope with the Hurricanrana. Hit a penalty kick on the apron. A double foot stomp off the apron to the outside. Kingston shoved McIntyre into the ring. Jumped off the top rope. Out of nowhere, we got Drew McIntyre hitting a Claymore kick mid-air. And that was it. 1, 2, 3, and we got Drew McIntyre winning the number 1 contendership from Kofi Kingston. He goes on to Hell in a Cell to battle Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship. Whether it's inside Hell in a Cell or not, I do not know. But the fact that this match has happened mostly all year already, I said it once, I'm going to say it again, folks. Bobby Lashley does not walk out of Hell in a Cell as the WWE Champion. We are looking at Drew McIntyre. Get used to it. Drew McIntyre is the new WWE Champion. And that's it. That was your Monday Night Raw. This show was fucking garbage. Absolute trash. I hate this fucking show with a fucking passion, man. I really do. Nothing on this show is redeeming whatsoever. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, though. We're going to go over some super chats. Get them on in. You'll be entered into a giveaway on Friday. We're going to be giving away a t-shirt. Retro HBK Shawn Michaels t-shirt from homage.com. You guys can actually go to their website if you guys want to go and check out what they got. If you guys want to buy anything off the website, you could use code SCRIPT at checkout for 20% off. I love them having on board, man. Their quality is excellent. The t-shirt quality is great, man. Believe me. Make sure you guys follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here, man. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. And make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. We are 604 likes inside the venue right now. Hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 750 before we get out of here tonight. I want to stream on Twitch tomorrow. But I think I'm going to be leaving Twitch in a little bit, man. I think I'm going to be streaming on YouTube. I think I'm going to revise the old second channel. I think we're going to be streaming from the second channel on YouTube tomorrow. So we'll see what happens with that. I'll give it a test run, but I'll be tweeting that out. I'll be tweeting that out tomorrow, so make sure you guys are keeping an eye out for that, man. I want to try and stream on YouTube. I think it's a little bit more easier. And I think it's potentially better for growth. Twitch, if I'm not in a fucking hot tub wearing a goddamn bikini, nobody wants to see that. But if I'm not a hot tub streamer, then I'm going nowhere. Twitch has turned into a mini fucking porn site. So it is becoming shit. So I just may stay on YouTube, man. Let's go over these super chats, guys. Get them on in. Every super chat, you guys are in a drawing for a t-shirt. And we will announce that on Friday. Let's see what we got here as far as the super chats go. Lauren Hutton with a $20 and a $5 super chat. Thank you, Lauren. Hey, JD, how was your weekend? My weekend was excellent. I got to stand 10 feet away from boss man Tony Khan and ask him a couple questions, man. I had a great time. Double or Nothing was incredible. Only good thing about Raw was Orton versus Woods. McIntyre and Kofi was also great. Kind of second guessing that WWE will not have Randy turn on Riddle this summer. Maybe early 2022. Do you think Cena will go to Raw after SummerSlam? I do not know. I think Cena, he'll be back for one match against Reigns. That's the biggest match you could do, and I think that's the match that's going to happen. If WWE is looking to sell out 60,000 people for SummerSlam, then Randy Orton is not an option. Anybody else on Raw is not an option against Drew McIntyre. Cena, not even against McIntyre. Nobody's an option on Raw. Cena and Reigns is the option. That's it. It's the only option you got. Do you see Lashley versus Lesnar at SummerSlam? And how was Raw the #1 trend on Twitter? You should need be. Ran out of space on the previous chat. Raw was the #1 trend on Twitter. I don't know why. It must have been a dead night for everything else. I do see Lashley and Lesnar at SummerSlam, especially if Lashley loses the championship to Drew McIntyre. And again, if WWE wants to sell out 60,000 people at Allegiant Stadium, if they announce Vegas, they're going to need a match like Lashley and Lesnar to do that. Michelle Moran with a $5 super chat. A toast to the king of the IWC. Said that my boy Mox didn't win the gold last night. I wanted him and Kingston to win those tag team titles myself. As for Raw, I only watch RK Bro, Drew is stale, and the rest of Raw blows. Yes, it does. This show, I fucking hate this show. Francis Loop with a $30 super chat. Thank you, Francis. Just got done skimming through AEW Elevation. The crowd was hot for the matches, especially for Layla Hirsch, Ty Conti, and Jungle Boy singles matches. Elevation seems to show the rest of AEW and a lot less of the indie talent one-offs. Elevation should be on 8 to 10 on Mondays on TNT or TBS. Even if Elevation gets 970,000 views and Raw gets a measly 1.2 million, that's still a moral victory to be proud of. Right now, Francis, they're just sticking with Dynamite and Rampage. Tony Khan mentioned last night while we were interviewing him that Rampage is going to be a very big deal on Friday nights. It's going to be their SmackDown, pretty much. So, I'm looking forward to that. I have not watched any of Elevation or Dark. I don't have time to, but I believe you. Especially with the live crowds being back, those shows should be a lot better than they were during the pandemic. Let me refresh my super chats here, man. YouTube has not fixed this glitch where I can't look at the super chats. Francis Loop was the last one. Let's see what we got here. Willie Martin with a $5 super chat. Hey, JD, huge fan. I knew T-Bag and Mace looked familiar to me. They're a poor man's version of the Ascension. Wow, WWE. Anyway, keep killing it, man. Thank you, Willie. I appreciate you, bro. Clayton Drake with a $15 super chat. Humberto! He won. If you could finish the review, if just now read this and then don't bother, or do next week's Raw in Lucha mask like you promised months ago. Bro, I don't have the Lucha mask with me. The Lucha mask is in my Jersey apartment, which I'll be there this weekend. I may pick it up. I'll be in New Jersey, South Jersey, Atlantic City for the Atlantic City Beer Fest. Should be a fun time. Jacob Donnelly with a $5 super chat. Is Shayna buried or is Shayna buried? Jacob, Shayna is buried. Shayna is buried with a capital B. Even Brad Pye follows up with a $2 super chat. He says, Shayna is buried. Jimmy Smith is better than the other guy. You mean Adnan. How could you forget his name, Brad? Adnan. Theo with a $4.99 and a $9.99 super chat. Having some great cream soda with some peanut butter whiskey. Amazing stuff. That sounds delicious, Theo. You're making me thirsty, bro. What's your favorite championship belt you have ever liked on WWE or WWF TV? The Winged Eagle belt is my all-time favorite belt. My current favorite belt right now is the NXT UK Championship. I love the way that belt looks. DX Tricksters with a $5 UK super chat. Can we just have a minute of silence for Shayna? What the fuck are they doing with her? She is so buried beyond digging out. Just send her back to NXT. Triple H is probably shedding a tear for all the amount of effort he put into Shayna Baszler only for WWE to have her lose to a male who doesn't know one single wrestling move and does backflips like he's some fucking gymnast. Awful. Theo with a $19.99 super chat. JD, glad to be a part of the podcast every week. Love your show, bro. It's amazing. Thank you for everything that you do every single week because we all have to sit through this Monday night garbage rather than watch you. Rather watch you than Miz TV. I appreciate that, Theo. I'd rather watch me too. I wish I didn't have to watch Monday night on most nights. I say it every week. This show sucks. I hate this fucking show. Tan May with a $2.99 Australian. Sorry I missed the Double or Nothing review. It's on the channel, man. You didn't miss it. It's there. Go back and watch it. Terminator 23 Destroyer with a $10 super chat. After Double or Nothing, I can't see garbage WWE Raw. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. Jericho8131 with a $5 super chat. Honestly, going from Double or Nothing to Monday Night Raw is like comparing a delicious deep dish pizza, Chicago style, to Little Caesars. This show sucks. Bro, Monday Night Raw is the Budweiser of pro wrestling shows. Shit. Gregory Benson with a $9.99 super chat. Vince, Bruce, how can we make our audience change the channel? And then Bruce says, well, I know, have Reginald pin Shayna. That's a great idea. I love you. It's exactly the way he wrote it out, man. I read it as if he was writing it out. Thank you, Gregory. Justin with a $4.99 super chat. Hey, JD, non-wrestling related question, but what are your thoughts on the Ozuna investigation that the MLB is going to do on him? Also, I'm glad you had fun at Double or Nothing. From what I was told, Ozuna beat his wife right in front of the police, so I don't know what fucking investigation is going on. If the police saw him do it, then he's pretty much fucked. And if he's guilty, which I'm assuming he is, he shouldn't be allowed back in the fucking league because he's an embarrassment. I feel bad for the fucking Braves because they gotta fucking pay this guy. Their season is finished. It's an embarrassment. Just might as well wash the season. Coiled Phoenix with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Coiled Phoenix. Totally love both shows today, and from my opinion, screw Brock Lesnar. You should be labeled as the new beast incarnate. Please keep up the good work, and as always, much love to you and the OTS family. Thank you, Coiled Phoenix. I don't know if I'll be able to hang with the Brock Lesnars of the world and be labeled a beast incarnate, but I appreciate the kind words. DX for life, a $10 Australian. Need to give credit for AEW building up their stars during the pandemic like Baker, Max Caster, Jungle Boy, Sammy G, even Miro is getting over. But WWE love to bury talent. That's what they're in the business to do, man. They're in the business to bury. That's what exactly Monday Night Raw is around for. To bury talent. Super cool with the $2 super chat. Glad I now only watch AEW and NWA. Keep it that way. WWE is not going to get better anytime soon. Indigo with a $5 super chat. Hey, JD, a.k.a. Mr. No Days Off. Much respect. You and Jesse killed it earlier. Nights like last night is why I love pro wrestling. Another great live stream. Thank you, Indigo. Beast Indigo. Here every week. God Tongue, $5 super chat. Opening a show with Miz, Morrison, Charlotte, and Rhea is self-sabotage on a level I didn't think was possible. Brother, you nail that one, man. So that's why I said earlier, if anybody was continuing to watch Monday Night Raw after that opening segment, you're torturing yourself at that point. I don't know who stayed and remained watching the show. Thank you, bro. It was good seeing you with the meet and greet as well. The Gary Sphere with a $5 super chat. Have they announced a venue for AEW All Out in Chicago? I believe it is the Sears Center. I want to go experience a real wrestling event and possibly meet and greet with you guys. Well, Jesse and I will be there, Gary. Jesse and I will be there. So come on out. We want everybody to come out. If you can, man, listen. I had a blast. AEW shows are on another level live, man. You got to be there. Robert Chester with a $5 super chat. Asuka and Shayna should be the killers of the women's division, but Bruce doesn't know what he's doing. Fuck Bruce. Bruce hates women's wrestling, man. That's the problem. Edgar Estrada with another 50 bomb, man. Holy shit. Yo, my hard-working brother. Don't know if I can put myself through watching any WWE product anymore, so I want to show you some love for what you do for us. Johnny Drip Drip is a dead act. Hit the thumbs up and show you support for OTS. I'm off. Have a good night, OTS family. Edgar, go get some sleep, buddy. Been one hell of a long weekend capped off by a terrible Monday night. My boy Trevor, $4.99. El Bruce was watching Sammy Guevara post-show when he did the Spanish translation, El Amazing. Man, that priest doing Spanish for Riddle. I won't be surprised, Trevor. Everything they do is a fucking cheap shot. An underlying cheap shot to AEW. Aliens, zombies, flight attendants. El Bro. Anyway, Trevor, thank you so much. And again, like before, always great to have you around and great meeting you and your father at the meet and greet, bro. Hologram with a $5 super chat. Great review, JD. You and the chat had me dying of laughter. It soothes the soul, unlike Raw, which lowers life expectancy. Awesome day for OTS 2 times. Hologram, I don't know if you could see it in my face and hear it in my voice, man. I am fucking long gone for this world right now. I am fucking tired. I need a good night's sleep before I kick Tuesday's ass. Tan May with an Australian $2.99. Whatever happened to critiques and connoisseurs? We're prepping season 2. CNC ain't going anywhere. Furious Nation with a $10 super chat. Shayna Baszler losing to Reginald is a joke. She's the new letter L of the alphabet, replacing Humberto at this point. I miss NXT Baszler, man. Raw is the worst show on TV. Candle with a $5 super chat. Let me get some music going on here, man. That's my favorite White Bat song right now. Love that track. Furious Nation with a $10 super chat. Shayna Baszler losing. I just read that one. Candle. Thank you, Furious. Candle with a $5 super chat. Excluding Stephanie McMahon, interviewers shouldn't count. Becky, Lacey, Maurice, and Paige. Raw's women's division has 12 wrestlers and SmackDown 8. Most are in teams. Both Raw and SmackDown's women's divisions are awful, bro. Outside of the obvious names. Munchie Time with a $4.99 super chat. Speaking of Beer Fest, did you ever get to try that milkshake strawberry beverage you mentioned a couple weeks back? Still wanting to find it and try it. No, bro. I'm hoping it's at Beer Fest, man. Southern Tier is going to be at the Atlantic City Beer Fest, so I'm hoping that they have it because it's a summery beer. But it's limited. So I don't know when it's going away. Southern Tier also makes another whiskey. They did pumpkin for the fall. They got s'mores. A s'mores whiskey. Which is very good, but the pumpkin's better. Thank you, Munchie Time. Thank you for the love today, brother. Greatest Fan 18, $5 UK. I am really enjoying Android Attack. Just beat the previous high score. Also, MMD has been kidnapped by Tony on their vacation. Also, has Mean Marky D been kidnapped by Tony on their vacation? Bro, listen. Mean Marky D is battling depression, bro. He is battling depression. He can't stand these fucking shows, man. Carl Stanford in the chat. JD deserves to get banned. Go to sleep, you're a trash. Don't worry, I'm going to sleep making more money in these last 2 live streams than you will have in the last 2 months, bro. Don't worry about me getting sleep. Yet you're up watching me. I must be the fucking greatest entertainer in your sub box, man. The fact that you're here. Love it. Android Attack is fucking addicting, bro. And Mean Marky D, he'll be back. He'll be back, man. Don't worry about Mean Marky D. Magician Sapphire, $10 super chat. I don't know when Shayna's contract is up, but when it is, she needs to run for dear life to Jacksonville. Absolutely. Shayna Baszler is deserving of so much better, man. Really. Furious Nation with a $5 super chat. If I'm Triple H, I'm pissed with what happened to Shayna tonight. Triple H creates and Vince McMahon kills. Sends Shayna back to NXT. Everybody feels the same way about Shayna, man. Now people finally see what I've been talking about. Triple H creates, Vince McMahon kills. Ronald Ginsburg with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Ronald. I appreciate the $4.99. Love the review of Double or Nothing earlier today. Glad to hear you had a great weekend. You deserve it, man. Thank you, Ronald. Greatest Fan 18 with a $2 UK. Did you hear that Hangman is going to be a dad? Congratulations to Adam Page. Paul Jackson, $5 super chat. I wish zombies would come up from the underground and drag Vince and Bruce back with them. Feel so bad for Shayna. Will Vaz, 719, $2 super chat. How many Hulk Hogan promos have you seen? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. How many Hulk Hogan pornos have you seen? Not as many as you, Will. Not as many as you. I would recommend you delete your web browsing history on the iPhone, bro. Seriously. It's starting to worry me. And Theo, $4.99 super chat. Just think about it while you sleep. Peanut butter whiskey. I think about it all the time, man. I think about its delicious texture on my lips. How smooth it is going down. I love it. It's awesome. And Candle with a $10 super chat. Reginald still taking TV is a disgrace. The women's division should be merged and the women's tag team champions canned unless they hire actual tag teams for that horrible division. Bro, I've been asking for a women's division merger for years now. Does anybody listen to me? I've been giving WWE fucking gold for the last 6 years, 7 years. Nobody gives a fuck. They don't care. Why do I care? Seriously. Anyway, guys, I'm getting out of here, man. I'm exhausted. 3.5 hour live stream with Jesse. Another 1 hour and 40 minutes here, plus 3 hours of Monday Night Raw, man. I'm running on maybe 3 hours of sleep. It's unbelievable. I want to say thank you to everybody I met at the meet and greet. I want to say thank you to everybody I met in Jacksonville. I want to say thank you to everybody that has super chatted tonight and during the AEW Double or Nothing post show earlier today. If you missed any of that stuff, go and check it out. awesome conversation. We break it down better than anybody in the community, man. We got the live and the home experience between Jesse and I, so it makes some really great conversation. Follow me on Twitter at JDfromNY206. Instagram as well. It's Twitter and Instagram. JDfromNY206. Hit that thumbs up, guys. Let's try for 750 likes in the live stream. We're at 700 almost right now. 676 to be exact. Hit that thumbs up, man. Let's get to 750 before I jump in the Mustang. If you guys have not hit that subscribe button, please do so, man. We're here every week. I'll be back tomorrow night with NXT. Wednesday, I got the night off. There's no Dynamite. Thursday, probably be streaming some video game stuff. Friday, we're going to be doing a Dynamite and SmackDown double review. So I'll be watching SmackDown. I'm not going to be live like I usually am after SmackDown. We're going to be live after Dynamite. So we're going to watch SmackDown, we're going to watch Dynamite, then we're going live. So that's the plan for Friday. I'll be in Jersey Friday night for the Atlantic City Beer Fest. So we're going to be doing that this weekend. Guys, thank you for all the love, all the support. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for making this the #1 podcast in the community every single week. I love you guys. I need 2 things from you. Number 1, I need those guitar emojis in the chat right now. And number 2, that music you're listening to, I need it on max. I'll see you guys on Tuesday for NXT. And I'll see you guys tomorrow doing something on YouTube gaming related, man. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much.